Yeah. Huh, 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 huh. If you're being slapped with a lot of things which are mediocre, of course you're going to be more used to them. You're going to recognize those. There are fewer people understanding brilliance in work, and there are more people understanding mediocrity in work. People such as Harry and Meghan and their mediocrity. So we will award the mediocrity much more. I went to see a Broadway play, A Doll's House. Jessica Chastain, director Jamie Lloyd, the play A Doll's House, Ibsen. Well, I have to tell you, this particular show on Broadway is beyond expectations. It's a reimagined version. I was blown away. Acting was the main element of it. There's nothing on the stage. Many years ago, when I first became a lifetime member of the Actor Studio, I remember we were told that we could go watch Al Pacino in rehearsals for another wonderful play, Salome. Salome was played in the beginning by Marissa Tomei, but then when he got to the stage, I believe, when he got to the filmed stage work, it was Jessica Chastain who played Salome. I believe that it was Al Pacino who discovered Jessica Chastain. Al Pacino says, Salome, Salome, come, dance for me, Salome. And then, of course, she does the Dance of the Seven Veils, and it's so sexy, so amazing, and it's so seductive. And then when she finishes, he says, what do you want, Salome? What do you want, Salome? I will give you anything you ask for. I want, well, no, that's Al Pacino. Now I have to do Jessica Chastain. I want. No, I'm not going to do Jessica Chastain because I can't. I want the head of John the Baptist on a platter. Of course she gets it, because her objective was to seduce her stepfather, the king, in order to get the head of John the Baptist on a platter. And she gets it. That's how great acting is supposed to happen. So those people who say acting is just about going back and forth, giving lines, going back and forth, giving lines, bullshit. It's not the way that it's supposed to happen. So I think I saw her in a rehearsal, but I'm not sure if it was her. I'm not sure if it was Marissa Tomei. So when I went to see her in A Doll's House, I was so glad that I went to see it, because I was confirmed what I knew all along. I was confirmed that when acting is done at the level at which these actors in A Doll's House did it, it is mind-blowing, captivating. There's no props, there's no furniture, there's no set design. Well, there is a set design, but it's bare stage. Actors don't have anything to hang on to. The acting is so visible. So if the acting was not at the standard of excellence, at the standard of brilliance, Jessica Chastain, leading this amazing team of actors, was able to bring it, it would have been a disaster. They're not hiding behind props. They're not hiding behind set changes. They're not hiding behind music. To you. And I always say, the actors' exercises, the actors' challenges and overcoming them, and their strategies on how to overcome them, if they become the character's behavior, that's where the great acting comes from. A lot of the people do not know that, because a lot of the people do not know great acting. There was a moment where they're supposed to go entertain people, and usually the husband, of course, who sees her as a doll, says, I want you to prepare your beautiful dance. So she's on the chair and she does the dance only with her feet, and then she claps. It is so difficult for her to make the decision to leave her children, especially that she has this crisis and it's physically happening to her, and she falls down. It was so magical. When she leaves, how is she gonna leave? And then the door opens. How does the door open? The door, the back of the theater, which we did not see that there was a difference, goes up goes up, it opens up, it opens up, it opens up. And we realize when it's in the middle of it, that it's actually opening up into the real street of New York. You see taxis, you see people around, you see the real street. It was out of this world. She walks out. The door opens to the reality of the world as is. She walks out into the street with all the noise of the city coming in, with all the senses exploding inside of the theater. And she walks away from where the door is. She walks off and the door closes. She walked into the world, the real world of what's out there. Never ever did we have an understanding that's what was going to happen. It's very rare, like I said, that you see something that's so extraordinary. And I want to encourage everybody to go. You see brilliance in acting, you see brilliance in directing, you see brilliance in writing, and then you see the mediocrity of the audiences. There were so many powerful moments that were so subtle, feeling everything in the moment. And even though they weren't making a lot of physical gesture or a lot of physical actions, everything was felt because it was so active. Their inner life was so active, and the audiences were laughing. They were laughing at moments where you were supposed to be crying. And I'm not saying some people shouldn't have different emotions in reacting to something, but I just realized there's so many people who don't understand great acting. There's so much mediocrity when it comes to some of the audiences. They don't understand great acting. They were laughing in so many moments, and I was turning to Jeremy, why are they laughing? This is not funny. They were just understanding what was happening on such a superficial level. People are much more secure with mediocrity. It's more everywhere. That's what we're accustomed to, all of us. We can recognize it. And then when we see something that's done in a way that's so authentic and so original and so new, we don't know how to react to something that's great. And I just felt that the audience was, a lot of them were just laughing for no reason, without understanding what was happening. It was just so. And then the reason why I'm saying this is because then I see in the news again, the duo, the Harry and Meghan duo, they're supposed to get another award for her podcast. I mean, I don't know if anybody listened to her podcast. I listened to segments, talk about mediocrity. This is lower than mediocrity, her podcast. And it's being awarded. I'm thinking, why? Why are these people, why is this duo still being given the confirmation that they're doing something which is great? Because in their mind, they don't understand they are not talented. If you are going to keep sending them awards when they don't merit, you're going to put them in their minds to believe that they're actually doing great. I put the two together because I was realizing the reason why they're getting awards, the reason why Meghan is getting an award for her podcast is because most people can relate to mediocrity. Most people, including the ones who are giving her, who are these people? So I was thinking they must be those people, the same people from the same group, from the audience members of the theater, who were laughing at the powerful, subtle moments that were taking place on that stage without getting the depth of it. That's who they are. We are not, unfortunately, faced with greatness in art most of the time. Those moments are very rare. We don't recognize them. So these people who are awarding Meghan and the podcast that was so fake and so false, it had nothing of substance, nothing artistic about it. They are the same from the group of people who are faced with a lot of mediocrity in everyday life. There are rare times when we are witnesses to brilliance, such as a doll's house. That's all I've got for today. Thank you so much. By the way, can you subscribe to this channel? Can you share it, please? I'm trying to grow the audience, as you know, and I'm having such a difficult time. So I need your help. If you like it, please do subscribe. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.